Hello. How? Alright. Let's get started. Hello. So we're back. Playing this again. Playing A Traveler in the City. Last time we got to day 3. And we visited every square once, except for this square here we visited twice. I had to redo this part. I had to redo the cards here because the web page reloaded. So the cards will be in a different order, but I still don't know what order they were in. So it doesn't really matter. All right. Okay. Well then, let's get started. Let's see. Where were we resting as the traveler? Okay, I don't think we actually got to the rest part. So, let's do that. Let's see. We have to add some place to rest. I'm gonna go over to this square. There isn't much here yet, but we can add. Maybe there's a little bed and breakfast over here. This more just looks like another cottage. Maybe there's someone else's cottage over here. I feel like that'd be weird. I'm thinking this is more of a bed and breakfast. Excellent. That looks good. Okay. So this is our starting point today. Now, let us first of all change our brush size to the correct size. Okay. It's fine if that's a little small. So next, I need to stop doing that. So next, let's go and pull cards. So we are on here. Let's go this way towards where the oak tree is. A 4 of clubs. Okay. Oh, I should have rolled my dice. Okay, 2. All right. 4 of clubs. So we will have one more move after this. So no, wait, when it reaches 1, we rest. So the instructions said that when we reach 1, it's a rest day. But the issue is, if you roll a 1, you're already at 1. And last time, I still moved because there was only 1 move to make. And now, when we make 1 move, we're at 1, even though we rolled a 2. So I'm just gonna go with however many rolls we have, or whatever we roll on the dice is going to be how many boxes that we're doing that day. So we're doing 2 boxes today, or in this day. So let's go back and we will look at 4 of clubs. So first, club is an edge. That is going to be boundary, walls, shorelines, overpasses, neighborhoods. Draw an edge between the current square and a vertically or horizontally adjacent square. And the traveler can no longer move directly between these squares. Okay? So the issue here is we already have 2 paths. So there's only 1 place that we can put a boundary. Funnily enough, we won't need to return to the starting square, so it doesn't make too big of an impact. I will say that they're gonna put caution tape here. I don't know if this can be dynamic like this, but the traveler crashed their helicopter when we first arrived here, so I think it would only make sense that they want to keep people away from the crash and keep people safe. So I like the idea of some caution tape. I don't know how to draw that. It kind of looks just like a fence. I don't want to add any color because I feel like I'm not adding color anywhere else. I'll add some signs maybe. I feel like, and a safety cone. I think that'll be good, right? Yeah. That looks like caution tape now. Awesome. Okay. So that is the boundary. Next, we'll go to 4 of clubs. Oh, write down a few letters that best evoke the sound of the languages spoken here. Okay, I really like this prompt. I enjoy creating languages. Personally, I feel like it's very wild here, you know? And we have a lot of critters. We have our deer people. We have a little gnome. And I think harsh letters are going to be it, you know? Let's do, I think G, you know, R, K. These are very good harsh letters. Um, and S is very common. S is a very common letter. And I think it goes well with these, you know? You can make it sk sound. Wonderful. Gurks. Yes, Gurks. Okay, that works. Okay. From here, let's see, where do we want to move? Let's go. Well, we can go up, and because we have a path here, it doesn't actually count as us taking up one of our like moves. Because we have a path here, it doesn't count as us taking up one of our moves. So we can just keep that one, and then we'll be able to move one more time. Okay. Let's see what card we have. A 4 of spades. So spades is a landmark. So we draw a landmark in the middle of the current square. And because it was a 4, we're going to describe one sound and one smell we perceive here. Okay. Now, what do we want to do for a landmark? Over here by the deer. Okay, I have the perfect idea. Because we have this river path going right up here, why not put a waterfall? Who doesn't love a waterfall? I think this will look really cute, and it will kind of blend this area together. Okay, we'll have it kind of come out into a little bit of a pool, and then just continue into this river. Add some more plants near it. Excellent. That looks wonderful. Okay, we have that, and then what's one thing we smell and one thing we hear? Well, we definitely hear the waterfall, but I don't think that counts. Okay, how about this? We hear some frogs. It's gonna be a little frog. He lives here. Okay. And then what can we smell? We can add some flowers. I think that would look really nice. I don't know what type of flower this is, but I have most certainly seen something I've most certainly seen something similar in kids shows. All right, there are our flowers. Okay, and last move of the day. Let's walk on over here, visiting Pete the Goblin again. And let's see what Pete has in store for us. An 8 of spades. All right, so that's going to be a landmark, as well as what are the buildings made of? Oh, that's a good question. Okay. Let's see, what's a good landmark for over here? Well, I would say a good landmark could possibly be some sort of fishing dock. Especially if Pete's fishing around here, you know, I'm sure he's built a fishing dock over here. It doesn't have to be completely in the water. Or in the water at all. It can be right next to it. Alright, let's do this. It's just raised off the ground. Because it can get quite muddy over here near the shore. And we'll put a little bucket over here. There we go, our little fishing dock. Looks excellent. And then what are houses here made out of? I think that's a more easily answered question. We can just draw a little forest in the background. These trees look like cotton candy. All right, there's our little forest. Okay. Now that was our last day, so we'll rest again. We'll add another tally to days. Let's see, where does Traveler want to sleep? I'd say Traveler's gonna come over here. And the wolves obviously have some sort of den or somewhere that they sleep. What if Traveler snuck in there for the night while the wolves were sleeping, or while the wolves were awake hunting, and slept in the wolves' cave? I personally would not do that. I don't recommend doing that. But Traveler's built different. Okay. Now let's see what the next day has in store for us. All right, 3 squares. And where are we going to go first? Why don't we start by going down? All right. And that is going to be Ace of Hearts. So, Hearts is a path Channels used for travel. So we're going to draw a path between the current square and a vertically or horizontally adjacent square. And then ace. Name a district that extends over multiple squares. Okay. Let's start with the path. Now I could do something similar that I did down here, where I kind of looped the path around. I could extend this chain link fence and then make a path go through it, which I kind of like. I will copy this, and I don't know if that's cheating. I am supposed to be drawing, but I think it's okay. Okay. We'll do that. And then we will make a path going through it. And I'm gonna guess this is a little path that the wolves tore out. Or someone tore out trying to escape the wolves. And we'll have some grass kind of going around here just to show like, ooh, that's weird. Why is that? Add a chain link fence? I don't know. Okay. That looks messy. Let's redo that. All right, there's our path. And then let's name the district. Now we already have one district, and that is the Market District, which extends over these. Based on the rules, I believe that we will be naming 4 districts. So seeing as that we're naming 4 different districts, let's keep that in mind. We'll have one here. And then if it's gonna be multiple squares, we have space for 2 districts that are 2 squares each, and oh, they could include the start and the end, but I don't even know what's going to be in the end square. And the arrival is kind of disconnected from any other square. Okay. Well, let's name a district. Okay. I'm going to I'm going to say that I could say these three are more of just the town. I don't know what I would name that district. What's it? I don't know what a good district name is. Because normally I think of like farming district, or maybe Hunger Games District 13, District 12. I could just name it something like that. But I'd like it to have some sort of meaning. So I'm not sure if I want to do like gardening district, because that's not what it is. We have so far a bed and breakfast and gardens, and then also deer people. And I want it to be the more in town area. Do I just name it building district? I could do that. I'll put a little. That's not what a building looks like. Okay, I'll put a little building in the corner. This one square has 3 different nodes. I guess it won't go in the exact corner. All right. Okay, and that is the building district. Okay. Let's move again. And we could go back for free. So let's go back for free. Just because I want to make sure some of our other squares back here have some stuff done to them, so we're not stuck all the way on the other side when we have to leave. Okay. Let's pull a card. Queen of Spades. Okay, so we're going to do a landmark, and then Jack, King, and Queen is sketch a person you meet along the way. Okay, so let's start with a landmark. And what would a good landmark here be? I definitely feel like this area is a little more wild, but I feel like this is the wildest area. This is like still populated with Goblin Pete over here, with these wolves over here. This area is still a little populated because these wolves probably count as people. Seeing as we have like deer people. We could do another statue. We could do a fountain. But I really want the fountain to be in this square, or this square. Let's start with sketching a person we meet along the way. We have deer people. There's probably a wolf person over here. Okay, there's our little wolf guy. He obviously wants to be very presentable with his tie. You know, maybe he's off to business. Maybe he has a briefcase. He's business wolf. Nobody ever thought wolves could do business. They probably have a landmark over here because this seems to be where the wolves live. They probably have a landmark relating to that. What if they have a giant bone statue? Oh, I have an idea. We can do a little sheep statue. Because they aren't sheep in wolves' clothing. They feel like, no, they aren't wolves in sheep's clothing. They feel like sheep in wolves' clothing because they're discriminated against. You know, you see that they're kind of like blocked out by the deer people because they're seen as dangerous, and they can be dangerous, but they don't want to just be away from everyone all the time. So similar to this deer statue, we'll have a little sheep statue. Alright, there's the sheep statue. Excellent. Alright, let's move again. I don't think we can just keep moving back and forth. I mean, we could. Let's go this way. We can move diagonally through this node. So let's go over here. That brings us, we have one more move. Yep, that was 1, 2, 3. But this didn't count because we had used a path. Okay. We could go all the way around here and then come back. And it wouldn't count because we're using paths. Okay. Let's see, we are on this one. A 6 of spades. So another landmark. It's quite a few landmarks. What is the fastest way to get around the city? Okay. Notable landmark over here. Okay, you know those, it's one of those things where this river is going to just kind of like fall into a hole in the ground. And that's it. That's the last you see of it, you know? Like, no one knows where it goes. It just, like, goes beneath the Earth's surface. I'd say that's a pretty significant landmark. Everyone's gonna know about it because you do not want to fall into one of these things. Okay. And then what is the fastest way to get around the city? Probably walking. Probably walking. I feel like everyone here is gonna walk. Let's see. Well, if it's gonna be walking, we still have to do something to symbolize that. Let's connect this path up. Just so we kind of symbolize that walking. Okay. That looks good. Then let's move down, because when we come back to here, this is going to be the path that we take, and we can just do this whole loop with only using one move. So we'll get back to it. I don't want to like keep doing that. Okay, this is our last move of the day. And an 8 of clubs. So a club is an edge. And then what is a historical event that is still talked about? Okay. So I don't want to put an edge between the market districts. So we'll do an edge between these two squares. And we already have caution tape over here. What if this hole opens up and kind of makes a large crack over here? That you can't cross. Okay, let's connect these. So now there's just a large crack in the earth over here. Very dangerous for our residents. And then one historical event. I feel like that would go with the deer statue that we already have. I'm not sure. Let's add something to this deer statue so we know that the historical event happened. I'm sorry, I keep going quiet because I yawn. What if we turn the deer statue into a fountain? I don't think I can do that. I think that might be a little too much. Let's see, a historical event could be... I mean, the historical event could be like this crack forming. We can do a little sign about it. It points to the crack. I feel like that's pretty historical. And we just did that, so I feel like it encompasses the card that we just pulled. All right, it's rest time. So where will the traveler rest? Oh, let's mark off a day. I feel like the traveler... It's hard to find new places to rest. Let's see. The traveler might go back to the original spot and set up another tent. I know the traveler already has another tent, but who's to say we want to set up more, you know? I'm not sure to say whether or not the traveler is us or if the traveler is his own person. Okay. Another traveler tent. Maybe the locals gave him a tent and he was like, he went to them and was like, hey, I don't know where to stay. And they're like, here, have a tent. And they keep just doing that. Maybe he will have a bunch of tents everywhere by the time this is over. Okay, let's roll our die. 6. Okay, this will be a long day. Okay. So we only have one place that we can move. And there is a path between them, so we don't have to take a point off. Queen of Hearts. So another path, and then sketch a person we meet along the way. So another path, and then sketch a person we meet along the way. So let's come back here and remind ourselves that we have 6 moves. Path-wise, we can only put a path in one direction, and that is going to be towards this square. I don't know how I want to symbolize that. Now we have this river over here. I'm not sure if I can do paths through something that's already blue. I'm not sure if I can do paths through something that has already... I'm not sure if I can do paths through something that has already been blocked off. Because otherwise we could put a bridge over this. So let's do a path this way. Let's go back, see what some of their examples were. They have streets, sidewalks, trails, waterways. We can do another loop with the path. Let's have this one come down. Kind of go in front of the stall and come this way. And then we can just have it go over here to the witches' place. Awesome. Okay, I think that's a good path. And then sketch... Uh-oh. Oh, my cats were playing with my cords earlier. Okay. And then sketch a person that you meet. So, let's see. We can sketch whoever is selling stuff at the market. Let's see. Who do we want selling stuff? It could be another deer person. It could be a different critter. It could be another goblin. I like the goblin idea. There's a goblin. I don't really have a name for this guy. Comment below if you have a name for this guy. Let's move this way. We're not going to take anything off the die because there's a path, so we don't need to. Let's see what this square has for instance. Let's see what this square has in store for us. 7 of hearts. So another path. And then 7 is going to be, what is a common bond between people? Okay. So we have a path this way, we have a path this way. The only other path is up. Let's just connect these 2 roads. And that can be our path. I don't know if I should put texture on this. We can. Okay. And then a common bond between people. I'd say everyone here really likes the soup. We can do, let's do like a stack of bowls here by the soup. And some spoons. Yeah, everyone comes out here and grabs some soup every once in a while. Awesome. Okay. And then another move. I feel like this will quickly become not turning the dice at all. So let's go over here. Our last square of the market district. And there's a path between these. So the amount here remains 6. A 5 of diamonds. So what lies beneath the city? And that's going to be another node. I don't know if we can do that. We already have a node. Let's review the rules and see if there's anything about that. Okay. All right. There is nothing about adding another node, or like if the maximum amount of nodes is already there. So we just won't be adding another node to the square. We can complete what the rest of the prompt is, which will be what lies beneath the city. So We could do some horrendous monster reaching out from the ground. That was my first thought. I'm not sure if I have any other thoughts about it. Let's see. There could be a second city. Goblin City. Goblin City beneath the city. Oh my goodness. Okay. There's a little pothole here. Okay. And a ladder reaches out of this. To Goblin City. Excellent. Okay. And then we can move again, and this number finally goes down. So we're at 5 more turns. Let's see what the square. A 7 of clubs, so club is going to be an edge. And I guess we add edges and paths until they can't be added anymore. So there's a 7 of clubs. What do you recognize here? What is foreign? So our edge is going to have to be... Okay, it could be here. We can block off from the market district a little bit. Let's do that. You know, they probably have... They want to keep the market district separate. So let's build a little brick wall. No specific reason for it being a brick wall. I just want to draw a brick wall. These are pretty big bricks. Okay, there's our brick wall. So we can no longer move back and forth between these areas. Now, the question is, how could we before if there was a brick wall here? And the only answer is that all the citizens of this place scramble behind us and like keep building like fences and walls and paths right behind us as we're walking through their city, which I think is a little weird, but you know, that's just me. Could just be me. I don't know. Maybe that's normal. I wouldn't know. Okay, and then what is foreign here? And what do you recognize? I just want to draw another little deer person because like I recognize deer, but if I saw a deer stand up and stare at me, I would say that's a little foreign. It's a little foreign. So we'll draw, maybe it's this guy's wife. Okay. Another deer person. Maybe by the end we'll have a bunch of them just standing here looking at Traveler. Okay. Another move. And no path here. So we can put this down to 4. And then check our cards. Which one are we at again? I immediately forgot. Awesome. Okay, 5 of hearts. So that's going to be a path. Describe the architecture of a building you see. Okay. Let's add the path. We can wrap this one around here, which I kind of like the idea of. I like making all these paths connect. And then we can also make this little trail kind of merge. I think that's cute. Okay, awesome. Okay. So we have our path, and then we have architecture. I don't know if describing that through a drawing is going to be a little interesting, because we already have like 2 cottage. That's our architecture. We have, for anything built, 2 cottages, 2 farmer market stalls. We have a brick wall. We have chain link fence. And we have a fishing dock. And we also have these raised planter beds. So, describing these things, I feel like the architecture could be described as eclectic, and I don't know exactly how I would want to draw eclectic architecture. I think what's better than a little building over here? A very tiny little building. You know, there's some tiny critters that live here. And then a little tent next to it. I feel like that describes our architecture fairly well. Okay. Next square. We'll just hop over here. And we're going to have 3 moves left. An ace of diamonds. So we're going to name another district. And that is going to be a node. We have a node here, a node here, a node here. Final node, which is going to be very tricky to introduce. We can, okay, idea has come to mind. We can do a little kind of 4-way bridge thing. We'll move the little district marker over here. And then get our eraser out. erase this so we have a little more room. We'll add some little posts. And then we'll do little planks. Okay, that's our little bridge. Okay. And then next district is going to be we can do a wilderness district. I don't know if I want just these two or this one as well. And that would leave one more district. But there's only this area. You know, that can work out. Okay, we'll do our wilderness district. And we can symbolize this with some sort of wilderness related thing. We can just do a tiny little tree. And that will be our little symbol for the wilderness district. That looks like Woodstock. Okay. That's our district. Once this day is done, I will be ending stream. Okay, so let's move up. Let's go back to Pete the Goblin. Two more moves. And let's see. King of Spades. So that's going to be another landmark. And then we're going to sketch a person that we meet along the way. Okay, another landmark up here. And I can check to see what the next cards are going to be surrounding the landmark. But I keep forgetting to do that. Okay. Let's see, another landmark. Or we can just start with a person that we see. Because I kind of want to add Pete's son, who goes out fishing with him. And he's still a little baby, but he still goes out fishing with his dad. Okay, and then the landmark. I'm not sure if this counts, but I kind of want to do... They realize so many people are camping here that they have a campsite sign. That is a tent. Okay. I really would like this tent to show up. Let's make the brush smaller. And then we can have a little tent here. Some tents. Okay, so our landmark is going to just be campsite. I think that can count. Okay. Let's move back to the wolves. And see what they have going on. A King of Diamonds. Oh, I should have checked. I'm going to remember one of these days to check every single card around the landmark. Okay. King of Hearts. We're going to sketch another person, but this is a path. So we can make a path. Let's do a path into the final area. This trail will just continue. And we don't know what's over here yet. But there's a little path leading over there. And then another person that we meet. Maybe there's a sheep statue here because they adopted a sheep. Over here, the wolves did. So they have a little baby sheep. And they wanted to show them that they meant no harm. He's still a baby. Okay? I am running out of energy. Alright. Then we could go back to Pete the Goblin. Or we can go down. Oh, we could just go diagonally back over here. Let's do that. Let's go diagonally. And we're back here. I'm sure we almost have no more things to do to this area. Okay. We have one more move after this. So, this place. Ace of Clubs. So that would be an edge, and then also naming a district. Okay. So, an edge. There are plenty of spaces for edges here. We can do between the building districts, but I don't really want to do that. We could extend this little pond here to go more this way, which I would be a fan of. So let's extend this pond. And it's not so much a pond now, it's kind of, I don't know what I would describe this body of water. But it is here now. And so we'll add that. Okay. And then naming a district. Our last district is just, wait, is this our last? Yes, this is our last district. We'll just have the wolf district over here. The wolves kind of, they do their own thing over here mostly, and people don't really want to leave, so we can have them take over the departure square as well. That's a little wolf head. It looks really stupid, but that's okay. We know what it means. Okay. And then last move for today, I'm gonna go back to the witches. Okay. And a 10 of diamonds. That was the correct square. Yes, okay. 10 of diamonds. So diamonds is going to be a node. Which, can we do that here? We cannot do a node. So let's see what the card says. Who, if anyone, departs the city? Who returns? So I think we just established that no one really wants to leave the city. I'm sure maybe the witch had a rebellious teenage daughter who decided that she wanted to leave home. She didn't want to stay with the witch just making soup all day. So she left to go see greater and bigger things, but she couldn't find any as wonderful as she felt at home. So she returns back home to become a witch with her mother. I like that. Okay. And then it is rest. So we can have our traveler pitch up a tent somewhere else. We can go back to the starting and put another tent. Because why would you use the same one as you did last time? What if a traveler wants to stay on this side? All right. And that was our 6th day. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for now. I'm not sure how much longer this will take. I think 1 or 2 more sessions and we might have the whole board done. But this is it so far. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!